Replacing resilient floors is now a thing of the past. With the new Bona commercial system flooring solution, your floors can now be transformed or simply restored in less than half the time of traditional replacement methods. Transforming a resilient floor is a simple process that can be easily completed by building service contractors, on-site custodians, and facility operation teams. With a straightforward, user-friendly system that takes an old floor from dull, worn, and damaged to being completely transformed to a fresh, beautiful floor. All while offering a safer and more environmentally friendly solution to old strip and polish methods. In this video, we'll show you the most efficient and effective way to complete this transformation using the Bona commercial system. Before starting any work, be sure to have a discussion with the client about what they should and should not expect from the transformation process. Indicate any pre-existing defects, such as damaged tiles, cracks, or anything else that might interfere with adhesion. Any heavily damaged tiles cannot be repaired with recoating and should simply be replaced with a new tile. Lastly, discuss with the client when the floor was last abraded and polished, as well as any chemicals that have been used on the floor in the past or might still be in use, as these could possibly affect adhesion of the Bona commercial system products. After the existing floor conditions have been identified, it's time to prepare the job site and make sure you have all the materials needed to complete the transformation. Lock all doors and secure entry points to prevent unwanted foot traffic. Place signs in visible areas to indicate that the floor will not be accessible. Begin the cleaning process by dust mopping the entire floor with the Bona commercial system mop and Bona microfiber dry dusting pad. Thorough and proper stripping of the floor is vital to ensure adhesion of the base color and finish. To properly strip the floor, reference the product instructions for directions, such as how much is needed, proper concentrate ratios, and how to apply. The best and most efficient way to strip the floor of wax and polish is to wet abrade the floor using the Bona Flexi Sand Buffer with multi-disc and 80 grit Bona Diamond abrasives and Bona Commercial System Heavy Duty or pH Neutral Resilient Floor Stripper. Each set of diamond discs will last approximately 2,000 square feet. It's important that throughout the recoating process, from abrasion to finish application, personal protective equipment be worn, including safety glasses and nitrile gloves. While wet abrading with a Bona multi-disc and diamond abrasives, move at an even pace going back and forth over the floor, overlapping each pass by at least 6 inches. It's critical that all old polish on the floor is removed. As one team member completes a pass, another will make a pass with a wet vacuum or auto scrubber to remove all the liquid from the floor. Once the wet abrasion process is complete, examine the floor for any remaining polish. You can abrade these areas with a clean and dry Flexi Sand Buffer, multi-disc, and diamond abrasives. Rinse the floor thoroughly with Bona Commercial System Hard Surface Cleaner to neutralize any remaining stripper residue. Once rinsed and neutralized, allow a minimum of 2 hours, but up to 12 hours depending on your climate conditions, for the floor to dry completely. Note, if the flooring surface is linoleum, wait a minimum of 24 hours. Remove any fine dust or debris from the floor with the Bona Commercial System mop and Bona microfiber dry dusting pad. Pay special attention to edges and baseboards where dust tends to collect. Before the application process, tape and mask all baseboards, floor plates, and other objects that will not be coated with base color or finish. Prior to starting the base color and chip process, remember to wear safety glasses and any other recommended personal protective equipment. Begin by mixing your decorative color chips together in a bag or box so there's no delay in the color transformation process. It's recommended to use a minimum of 2, but preferably 3 colors for optimal design effect. The best way to prepare the 2-component Bona Commercial System Resilient Floor base color is by using a drill and paddle mixer. Protect the work area from spills and splashes by working on plastic sheeting or drop cloths. Remove the lid from the pail and insert the paddle mixer into the base color until it reaches the bottom. Mix the color carefully and thoroughly for 1 minute to ensure all pigments are evenly dispersed. Next, prepare the Bona Commercial System hardener by shaking the mixture for 10 seconds. Carefully begin adding the hardener to the pail, continuing to mix for 1 minute. For jobs that are larger than 500 square feet, batching base color is required to keep the pigmenting consistent and job moving at an efficient pace. Depending on the size of the job, combine the first 3 pails of base color that have been mixed with hardener into a 5-gallon bucket. Stringing can occur at this time if you choose. If more base color is needed, add 1 pail at a time into the 5-gallon bucket before all the product is used to keep consistent color. All that's needed to apply the base color is a 3/8-inch nap Bona microfiber roller and extension pole. Before you begin coating, it's important to have an exit plan. Of course, you don't want to trap yourself in a corner, but you also don't want to end your application in a highly visible area. Begin applying base color by pouring a 4 to 6 inch wide line along the starting wall, making sure the color is at least 8 inches away from the wall. Using a clean, pre-dampened applicator, roll the base color in an even and uniform manner, being careful not to leave excess puddles or heavy spots as you work your way across the floor. At the end of each run, pour a new 4 to 6 inch line on your wet edge and repeat the rolling process. Do not push too hard or too fast to avoid dripping or splattering. This also helps ensure the resilient floor is covered at a rate of 450 to 550 square feet per 5-liter bucket. Back roll to even out the coat. Immediately sprinkle the color chips in a random but even fashion across the wet base coat as you work across the room. It's ideal to have 2 people for this process, as color chips need to be applied while the paint is wet for optimal adhesion. Just note that if a second coat of base color will be applied, add the color chips during the second application. Continue this process all the way across the floor, keeping your strokes consistent across all team members applicating. When you reach your exit point, soak up the extra puddle of base color with clean rags and smooth out the area as necessary. Allow the first coat of Bona Commercial System base color to dry for 2 to 3 hours before applying a second coat if needed. Mechanical ventilation can be used. 2 coats may not always be necessary. This will be determined during the floor evaluation with a Bona sales representative. Remember, high humidity and cooler temperatures will extend the dry time, while high temperatures, increased airflow, and lower humidity will decrease dry times. To apply the second coat of base color, follow the same process as that of the first coat and allow sufficient dry time. Allow the final coat of Bona Commercial System base color to dry for 2 to 3 hours before starting the finishing process. Be sure to wear booties to avoid leaving any footprints if applying a second coat of base color. Thoroughly wash all application tools with water and place them in airtight containers for storage. Once dry, top coat within 24 hours using Bona Commercial System Resilient Floor Finish. Now it's time to top coat the floor. Prior to starting the finish process, remember to wear safety glasses and any other recommended personal protective equipment. On a protected work surface, prepare the 2-component Bona Commercial System Resilient Floor Finish by shaking the finish thoroughly for 45 seconds to 1 minute. Remove the lid from the 5-liter jug, insert the included strainer into the neck of the bottle and pour the finish into a clean 5-gallon pail or a clean Bona finish dispensing bucket. Next, prepare the Bona Commercial System hardener by shaking the mixture for 10 seconds. Carefully begin adding the hardener to the bucket while thoroughly stirring with a drill and paddle mixer. continuing to mix for 1 minute. Repeat as necessary. 1 bottle of hardener is needed for each jug of finish. The dispensing bucket will hold a maximum of 10 gallons, or approximately 9 5-liter jugs of finish. Again, all that's needed to apply the finish is a clean 3/8-inch nap Bona microfiber roller and extension pull. Maintain your same exit plan as determined for the base color process. The finish process follows the same steps as the base color. Begin by dispensing a 4 to 6-inch wide line along the starting wall, making sure the finish is at least 8 inches away from the wall. Using a clean, pre-dampened applicator, roll the finish in an even and uniform manner, being careful not to leave excess puddles or heavy spots as you work your way across the floor. At the end of each run, dispense a new 4 to 6-inch line on your wet edge and repeat the rolling process. Do not push too hard or too fast to avoid dripping or splattering. This also helps ensure the resilient floor is covered at a rate of 450 to 550 square feet per 5-liter bucket. Continue this process all the way across the gym, keeping your strokes consistent across all team members applicating. When you reach your exit point, soak up extra puddles of finish with clean rags and smooth out the finish and any applicator marks as necessary. Allow the Bona commercial system resilient floor finish to dry for 2 to 3 hours before applying the second coat. Mechanical ventilation can be used. Be sure to wear booties to avoid leaving any footprints on the floor. If more than 24 hours has passed between coats, lightly abrade using Bona conditioning pads. Remember, higher humidity and cooler temperatures will extend the dry time, while high temperatures, increased airflow, and lower humidity will decrease dry times. Now it's time to enjoy your newly transformed resilient floor. The floor may be walked on after 24 hours and back in full use after 3 days. Thank you for choosing the new Bona Commercial System flooring solution, the latest innovation in resilient floor transformations.